Hey guys, it's Bina. I respect. I went from Gemling Legionnaire to Deadeye. I am still playing with a crossbow, playing explosive shot, and I think this is absolutely amazing. This is a one-button build, no combo, no bullshit, just full blasting, PoE style, back to the roots, trying to get as much damage and AoE and clear as possible without all the hassle of comboing off, missing your rotation, and yeah, just like not thinking too much, just a blaster build is essentially. So we're playing explosive shot. We are a Deadeye. We have +1 projectile, point blank, and we also have access to Tailwind, which gives us skill speed, movement speed, and evasion rating. All good stuff. Movement speed is extremely important in a game where it is very scarce, so every single point of move speed that you get will feel super impactful. So the reason why I went with Deadeye and I respec from my mercenary, well, the reason is simple, is that the Ascendancy provides a lot more damage, and alongside explosive shot, the +1 projectile actually is fired in a sequence rather than in a basically two shots at once, right? So they are fired one after the other. So that alongside scatter shot gives you a bunch more projectiles, which just scales your damage so much further. As you can see, we're blasting maps very smooth. We are automatically reloading thanks to our support gem, which on heavy stun will reload our crossbow. So no mana issues, one button build, trying to get as much movement speed as possible. And this is just a start. I will be planning on min-maxing this build as much as I can. Currently, I have been playing this for about 1 or 2 days, and it's very good. It's very strong. We are mapping. We are having fun. We are zooming. And yeah, overall, I'll go over the build and my passive tree and all I did. But another quick tip for you guys is that when you are actually playing the build, left click is your attack, right? But you do not want to hold left click. If you hold left click, you will actually slow down your character so much that it feels like you're shooting grenades, and we don't want that. We do not want delayed damage, and we don't want slow attacks like grenades. We want instant damage, full move speed. So just click, left click pretty quickly, and your character will barely even stop to shoot. Now, that being said, let's go over the skills, the passives, and the equipment. So here we are in the passive tree. Obviously, we are a Deadeye. I am going for point blank, as well as endless munitions. Here you can decide whether you want to go for Tailwind first or go for additional projectile first. Like, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Maybe I'd go with Tailwind first because 99% of the time in this game, you're basically just moving around, and having more movement speed will feel so much better. Also, having more skill speed is also a DPS increase. So, yeah, up to you. But I decided to go with point blank, endless munitions, and then gathering winds. The passive tree is mainly based around getting as much movement speed as possible, while increasing our projectile damage, while increasing our attack speed as well. So, fairly straightforward. We start off with projectiles, go into some accuracy, some move speed. We grab some stun build-up and projectile damage. So why is stun nice? Because early on, well, not that early on, but like eventually you'll get to the point where you have access to tier 3 support gems. And from those supports, you have access to auto reload. Auto reload reloads automatically on heavy stunning an enemy. So building up stun is nice because this will just enable you to never reload while mapping. So this one is pretty nice for that. Overall, I'm going down here first, right? Getting some more projectile damage, grabbing some cooldown, area of effect. Area, fairly important as well. The more that you have, the better it will feel. There is also another gem that you could use, magnified effect, if you wanted, for just insane AoE, right? I was actually trying stuff here with rootless. Like, don't mind this setup. Yeah, going for more area, more damage, movement speed. Again, most important stat in the game in my opinion. Crossbow reload speed, Still nice versus like tankier monsters where you will have to reload. Going down here, we have some more area and damage there. A little bit of defense here with evasion rating per 1 armor on equipped gloves. Then you get some more attack speed, blind enemies on hit. This build will strive to reach a very high amount of evasion, and so blinding enemies will make it even more like likely that you will dodge enemies' attacks. So that you will evade actually. So yeah, that is very good because that synergizes very well with Tailwind as well, right? Because Tailwind gives you more evasion. Then you have another crossbow node here for 50% chance for crossbow attacks to not consume a bolt, and then 25% damage for crossbow types fired in the past 10 seconds. This is essentially only 25% for us, but yeah, still 25%, still fairly good, with some reload speed over here. So reusable ammunition, there are a couple of setups that you could do. My favorite setup right now, because I do not have a crossbow with +1 bolt loaded into your crossbow. There are some other crossbows that do have this, which are something like this. Something like a Dryad crossbow, which has an additional bolt. So eventually you want to have a crossbow like this, but I don't have access to one. I only have this one. Plus level of projectile skills is also very nice. So I decided to go for this particular setup with auto reload. This enables me to basically never reload except on bosses, and just feels good overall. You don't fight that many bosses anyways while you are mapping, so this just feels very good. My personal favorite setup, Scattershot, most important one. Martial tempo for more attack speed just makes the skill feel amazing, and having more attack speed does increase your damage. Fire Infusion, and then auto reload. If you only have a 4-link, I would go for auto reload first and then go for Fire Infusion. Auto reload just makes the build feel great while mapping by never having to reload and like never consuming any mana. So yeah, that is my my favorite setup so far. Oil grenade basically only there to get some fire exposure. We're getting more area of effect, increased effective exposure, and also mobility to get less movement speed penalty while using the supported skills, because we don't like shooting grenades. We actually just want to shoot crossbows, and grenades are very, very slow. They slow you down quite a bit, whereas crossbows, you can shoot very, very fast while keeping your movement speed. We have emergency reload. This one is fairly nice, although with my particular setup, you will only get 1 shot of emergency reload, but you do more. Basically, it's just a quick reload that does more damage. So yeah, just more damage for now. That's basically it. Ripwire Ballista. I tried some shenanigans with Font of Rage. Feels very bad right now. Maybe in the future, I don't know, we get enough ballistas around. Maybe they have bigger AoE with Font of Rage that we can, you know, get the rage up fairly reliably. But right now, it's not happening. So it's just here for nothing. And then we have Wind Dancer. I'm using this to get even more evasion rating, right? Cannibalism, main source of life recovery. It is absolutely amazing with the amount of AoE that we have on the skill. Whether you're doing Breach, whether you're doing Ritual, anything that has high density, you will basically always be full life with this. And then accuracy rating, just trying to get our accuracy up as much as possible to get to 100%. And then attrition. Basically, I don't really have anything else to play to grab here, so I'm just using this for the damage against extended fights. This build is not completely min-maxed, obviously. The game just started. I barely scratched the surface with this. There might be some weapon swap tech to get something else to kill bosses in one shot and then just, you know, use this for clear, which might very well happen in the near future. But for now, I've just been enjoying this as it is. My equipment, not that great. Crossbow, you would essentially want, like I said, a crossbow that has +1 bolts loaded into your crossbow. But this is the one I have. Just use any crossbow that has nice damage on it, hopefully fizz damage, and plus levels of projectile skills. Another suffix that you might want to get is increased attack speed, which would be very nice. And I'm thinking of going crit with this. We'll see what happens, but yeah, so far that's what I want to play. So maybe crit as well on there. The rest of the gear, not crazy. Trying to go for as much armor and evasion as possible. Trying to go for as much move speed as possible. If you can grab any 35% movement speed boots, this is the best stat in the entire game. Not only will you, like, dodge rolling is really bad because you can't attack while dodge rolling, and it's essentially like a fat roll from Dark Souls when you're over encumbered. Do you want a fat roll all the time, or do you want to just move around fast while shooting? I think the second option is the best, right? So try to get as much move speed as possible. I'm using Death Rush Emerald Ring mainly because of the onslaught you gain on kill. Onslaught is very nice because it gives you 20% skill speed and 10% movement speed. Again, 99% of the time we are just moving around the map, so having as much move speed as possible will make this feel 10,000 times better. That's pretty much it, guys. Okay, the charm. I had a lot of success with cannot be stunned charm. If you do get stunned, it is extremely annoying. And then with this one, which has 34% chance to get a charge when you kill an enemy, it will basically always be full. And yeah, you will just never get stunned ever again. So as I unlock more, I'll probably get more. But the first one I would suggest would be cannot be stunned. I think that pretty much sums up the build. Essentially, shoot when you want to shoot bigger monsters, emergency reload and shoot, and yeah, you win the game. Oil grenade to apply fire exposure. Shoot. Your main attack actually detonates anything. So you could use this with any grenades, but it just trying to put in other skills to use with this just makes you not use explosive shot in the first place when you could just be spamming it. It's very hard to justify, right? So maybe some tech with a weapon swap for single target, but we are not there yet. Right now, we're just using explosive shot. We're mapping, we're blasting, we're having some fun. So hope you guys have some fun with this build. Also for leveling, if you just want to use this as soon as you unlock it in leveling, just use it immediately, and then just use scatter shot with whatever else gem that you have for damage. Hope you enjoyed the build, guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next update as I keep progressing with this. We are having a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.